RB Battles! Have you heard of it? Me neither. The event recently ended, and I wanted to make a video on this, the minigames. The RB Battles main game has 20 unique minigames that's built into it. And that means that there's a lot of opportunities to rank all 20 of them from worst to best. So, here we go. Also, we're getting really close to 500 subscribers, so subscribe. Thank you. I think you can see why I put this minigame at last place. I mean, it's not bad, it works well, but it's just Flappy Bird. It's just Flappy Bird. There's nothing else that's separating it from the original. So, that's it. I don't have much gameplay of this minigame, so I'll keep it brief. This game is just Roblox Dodgeball. There's nothing else that's into it. You just hit people. Wow. This isn't a bad minigame, alright? It's literally number 18 in the list. You may think it's bad, but it's not, in my opinion, of course. It's just repetitive. Repetitive as heck. I mean, you just click at the green spots until they disappear. I mean, the robots look kinda cool. They have pretty cool movements. But it's just clicking at the base, at the core of the gameplay. And I just don't like it, okay? I put gear grab this low into the ranking purely because of epic minigames. You have scarred me, epic minigames. I don't like you because of this. This minigame is giving me very bad mining simulator RNG memories. I hate the RNG so much in that game, and it's just as bad here. You have to be lucky to find them. Well, it's pretty good production-wise. The RNG required for this is just no. Now we're on number 15, and this game actually works pretty smoothly. The only problem with this minigame is that, well, it's kinda luck-based, because if you're the Battle King and there's 5 people trying to chase you, only one of them will actually get it, and it's kind of luck-based if you think about it. But overall, I think it's okay at best, but I would play it if I wanted to. But on the contrary, I would not choose Puzzle Peril if I had the choice to. And you might be questioning me why. Well, it is a decent minigame, it is a solid obby game, but the problem is that it's a little bit overrated. Like, every single player always votes this minigame if there's a chance, and this is not the only minigame which has this kind of problem. While you may think differently about overrated minigames, I think Ball Boop is an overrated minigame. I really tried not to put any bias to the ranking, but I kind of did to put it pretty low. I did expect it to put at like number 18, but it is a solid minigame. It is pretty original, sort of. But, you know, I think that the overrated aspect is not that bad. But I do want to talk about the fact that the controls are just really annoying. Like, sometimes, like, you just push around, you get pushed off, and sometimes you just stop completely. I don't know what the physics of this minigame are, but they are pretty inconsistent. This is one of the more forgettable minigames on the ranking. And while it's not that bad, well, it is not really a direct copy, it's just not that good either. The previous 2 minigames had aspects which I just hated a lot. Well, this minigame is just so tame, I just can't really find anything memorable about it. We're ending off the bottom half of this list with tiles, and well, I really do like the gameplay of it. But there's just more to be looking for. I mean, there's nothing that separates tiles with, well, classic spleef. And that's what I wanted to see. But, well, I'm not really complaining. It does function properly. The only cool thing about it is that, well, we're in a volcano. Oh, we're gonna die. But there's just nothing that separates it from the classic spleef that it's inspired by. I'm pretty sure every single one of you has died at least once to this minigame because they didn't really make the instructions that clear. But otherwise, this minigame is actually really decent. There's nothing much to complain about. It is pretty original, in my knowledge, and I did have fun playing it, even if I didn't get to play it that often though. Every single time I play this minigame, I always feel 10 times dumber because I can't find the letter M in a very simple table of letters. But on the other hand, I could punch people so I could sabotage their win. And I love that. Give it number 9. This is one of the more simpler minigames on the list, and I just love the charm of this minigame. The well-built map, and the simple concept, they go together really well. And I also really like that you could actually go against your friends and race, because games like this are usually single player. I could put this minigame higher on the list, but it's just too simple in my opinion. All you do is just run and crouch and jump. Well, I do like the concept, it is a bit too basic to be higher on the list. Even if I do have a bias on this minigame because I play simulators quite a lot, I do like the way they play simulators in general. Because simulators these days, I have to admit, they are really lazy and the game just accepts that. It makes the simulator concept look fun again because one, they made it competitive, and two, they put a time limit on it. You're actually trying to get the most coins instead of just waiting, and waiting, hatching and hatching. You already know that the egg is going to give you a certain pet. There's no RNG required in this game. So I just have to respect this game for playing off simulators as well as actually making it fun. One of the only minigames where you actually do more than one thing, and that's attacking and running. What an accomplishment. This game is actually really fun and competitive, and I really like the spin they take on this one. We are now down to the top 5 minigames that I chose for the RB Battles event. But before that, let me give you a little break, and I would like to share how much I love this event, since it was obvious from the start how much effort and care was put into these events. I mean, Roblox doesn't really put that much effort into a lot of minigames I've seen in the past, so just seeing an event like this with so much effort and even in the little things is just insane. In fact, this entire video was made just to appreciate all their work. But anyways, let's get on to the list. This is one of the simplest minigames in the game, but it's actually one of the most fun minigames I could think of. And that's mainly because of how the map is set up. It's not just a flat area where you could touch other tiles, but it's actually a spinning cube, so there's actually stakes. You have to try to balance yourself on the cube. And because of this, the gameplay just feels 300 times more fun and exciting than what Epic Minigames did with their version of this game. But it's not just Progress Predicament which I could say this opinion for. Oh no. Mo Madness basically follows the exact same concept. Well, the concept is actually really basic and overrated, but the gameplay is so solid and smooth that I could forgive it. Well, the concept is basically just hit all the moles, and there's nothing else to it, but there are boosters and multipliers which could help you, and each mole has different points. But the red moles also give some bombs which could actually distract you. This very solid gameplay and the very basic concept could go well enough to be in number 4. And at number 3, we have hoverboard.io, and I'm really happy they didn't make the controls W, A, S, and D forever. They were not fun, and I really wasn't that accurate compared to the IO games we got before. And well, I put this one so high just because of how well they made this one, and it just gives me so many memories of IO game which I played 3 to 5 years ago. And even now, every once in a while I play Slitherio and Agario. So this one I just love so much. We're now in number 2, which I decided to be Lava Escape. And before we get on with it, I just want to say to thank everyone who's seeing this message. Thank you all very much for watching the video thus far. I really appreciate all the support, and all I've been trying to do is just make Roblox content which I like. But anyways, let's get on with it. So Lava Escape is a very interesting choice because a lot of people are salty about it because of Tanker winning, you know, the Champion Sword Pack. This is the final minigame which decides it all. But I just want to say that to stop being salty, and I just appreciate the amount of love put into this. Well, Lava Escape is an obby minigame, and there's already a bias because if you look at my channel, there's at least 10 Tower of Hell videos and even more of other obby games like Obby Creator. But what makes it great is that, well, it's challenging. I've never beaten this minigame before, and that's, well, surprising. It's probably because I keep abusing and I keep making it look too easy, and I keep trying to do these awesome tricks which Tanker did. But it actually is a challenge. So I just want to say that this is my number 2 choice. And now we're gonna get on with the number 1 pick. Oh boy. Here we go.
The first person to finish 3 laps wins.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so the number 1 choice, as you can see from the footage, it is Cosmic Cards. And Cosmic Cards is a really obvious choice to be number 1. At the beginning of making this video, I already chose Cosmic Cards to be the number 1 choice, just because of how fun the gameplay is. I mean, the map looks very simple and empty, but that's really what makes it look good. I really like the aesthetic that the minigame is going for. And I really like the controls of the vehicle. A lot of Roblox games have vehicles that don't have good controls. Like, there are very few exceptions like Jailbreak or Mad City, but the controls in this minigame are just really good. Otherwise, I mean, this game is pretty simple. All you have to do is basically just do Mario Karts with basically less power up, but it is very fun to play with friends. So fun that I really liked it when they added this minigame into the final battle. And I really think it just deserves to be first place. There is no other minigame which gives me as much joy as Cosmic Cards. Alright, so that is basically it. The video's over. If you do have any disagreements with any minigames where basically where I rank them or my opinions with them, then feel free. If you do have any opinions about the video, then I will read them. Doesn't matter if it's a bad. I'll read them, alright? Anyways, the game, well, the RB Battles game will be updated in the future with new minigames, so this video will already be outdated if there's already one new update. But, I mean, 20 is already a pretty good number if you ask me, so I'm gonna probably not rank any new minigame because, oh, unless there are like a ton of new minigames, it's not really worth ranking if there's like 2 new minigames. But anyways, that's about it. If you did enjoy the video, then at least just leave a like. We're getting really close to 500. We're like 458. And every single subscriber, thank you very much. I will be doing something for 500. I don't really know what it is, but I know it's probably gonna be me wasting 2 hours for something. But anyways, thank you everyone for watching the video, and see you next time.